even vaguely. Hello, future people. Jason the Bruce here with Getting Tabled, and today is going to be the start of a hobby project. This hobby project will probably take a week or two, just because of real life things. For you, it'll be a matter of minutes. But this is just a little intro that I'm going to record on a day that I'm having off ill. Nothing serious. I have a cold. Yes, it's not that. It is just a cold. It's okay. I have picked myself up one of these mystery packs of Hot Wheels. And a certain percentage of the community is going to go, oh, I know what he's doing. That's okay. So, I have brought myself a mystery pack. In here is a Hot Wheels car that I'm going to convert for Gaslands. I don't know what's in it yet. I don't know how accurate I'm going to be rules-wise. I'm just going to make something that looks cool for me. I may build something that's accurate, we'll see. In this section, we're going to open this, and then you will get to see progress of my hobby, and I'll come back and talk to you afterwards. Alright, so here we go. As I said, completely unopened. So, in these you get a crappy poster that nobody cares about. It does tell you what you could potentially get in here. You get a thing of stickers. Yay! And that's what I've pulled. Now, clearly this is going to be a performance car of some kind. Is it some... No, it's a fast fish. So it's this one. So I could see myself having a bit of fun with this. I think the first thing I'll probably do is remove the glass from this, because I'd love to be able to see that engine through there and make it look all rank and nasty. Probably some guns, something big on the back. We'll see. But that's it for now. I will come back to you when the hobby starts. So what you can see is here, obviously I've got the car because I'll need that. Got a power drill. You could do this with a hand drill if you wanted to. It's a lot easier with a power drill. And I have some drill bits. So, first things first, we need a drill bit, and I'm guessing here. Nope, I need a bigger one. So, first things first, we need a drill bit that's roughly the same size as the rivets that you find in the bottom of the car. Alright, once that's in, you want to do this nice and slowly. Now, depending on how much of this final car you want to have, will depend on how rough you are willing to be. Because obviously what you don't want to do is break the base of the car, or the axles, or the wheels. Unless, of course, you intend on replacing these, in which case you don't care. Personally, I haven't replaced any wheels on mine yet. I just haven't really felt the need to. I understand why people do, but it depends on what you're looking at. I would recommend, and most others do as well, that you glue these wheels so that they don't roll, because it'll help it be more of a model and not roll around on the table by mistake. But yeah, otherwise, there's your body. I am most likely getting rid of this piece, in which case the vehicle will end up looking something like that. Now I may choose to keep just the middle bit. I definitely don't want this front bit, that's definitely going, but it's all in pieces. The other thing that I definitely recommend is having a mat, and now that you've seen this mess you'll understand why, because you don't want this all through your carpets, because if you walk through this it will end up in your feet. So as you can see, I did make the decision to split this. I've thrown out the front portion that was covering here entirely. I'm definitely keeping the back window. I, at the moment, still... I don't know why I cut that little triangle out. I was getting bored. At the moment, that's there as well. But I'm actually thinking I might get rid of that entirely. So, if I put that back together, that holds in the back window quite nicely. This is all nice and open. That's all open. The downside of that, of course, is that you can see that there's no driver in there. Now, you can get 3D printable files for drivers that will fit these kind of cars. There is models that you can buy as well. But you'll also notice that I have been going around and doing some damage to my vehicle. Because this is like supposed to be like a Demolition Derby, Mad Max era type environment. So everything is damaged. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an idea of how I've been doing that. I've been taking to all of these with my files. I've tried to get these so that it's deep enough that when I repaint it, it's going to show. And basically what I've been doing with the corner of my file here is just going back and forth and just grinding into it. Now, you could go as far with this as you really want to. Hypothetically, you could probably take to this with a rock or something if you wanted to. You just want to make it look like it's been damaged. You can have perfectly good cars if you want. Gaslands could be played with cars that haven't been edited at all. I just think this is more fun. Like, just wiping the paint off it like that is all good. Because if you like this, you just wanted to make it look like it was all a little bit worn, then you could just go through and just give it scratches so that it looks like it's worn. I intend to repaint this, so it doesn't really matter too much. But as far as the actual finished product is concerned, we're not there yet, but we're getting close. As far as body modification is concerned, that's probably going to be it. All goes together quite nicely. I still haven't glued my tyres yet. Now, as far as the actual modification of the cars is concerned, obviously that's one way. The other way is for parts such as this. Now, this is 3D printed. I believe I showed these off on our previous episode. That is meant to be a bumper for the front of the car. Make him look a little bit rougher, like it's been designed to damage other vehicles. I've also got a couple of machine guns here, and this is ultimately the reason why I decided I was getting rid of the windscreen, because it means that they can sit back a little bit further and they don't stick forward so far. I want to get it so that they're kind of lined up with the hole there. I will eventually super glue these on, and I'll probably leave it at that. These are just supposed to represent just the basic machine guns that you can get with most cars, and they're just sticking out the front. There's lots of different weapon profiles that you can use. My main advice, at least for your first couple of cars, is just to make them look cool for you. The next time you see me will be after I've glued and base painted this. Alright, so as you can see, I've just gone through and given this a little bit of a priming. It's not a perfect paint job. Realistically, this is going to end up being fairly rough. So I'm not overly worried about it not being a pure black. This is going to eventually have colour as well. The main body as well. That has been covered a bit better than the main body has. The only thing I would say with these is that you need to give them a decent amount of time to dry out, because unless you want to like scrub the living hell out of them, they do tend to, it can, if you don't give it time to dry off, it can rub off. So just be careful. I'm going to do something a little bit more with this. So everything's pure white at the moment, including the inside. I am going to go for like an actual performance car type look. I might even paint up what are very obviously supposed to be subwoofers here in the back. And I'm going to go for like a nice bright colour on this. Plus this will actually help with the light blue on the windshield as well. This shouldn't affect the guns too badly. I've kept everything else as best I can. Alright folks, and here we are. So, this is what I've ended up with. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this is not even vaguely my best painting. I'm not going to pretend like this is Ungar Holrold, there's levels of magic here. I have deliberately gone into this. I wanted this to look like it's been done in somebody's backyard. Now, this main blue here is a Games Workshop paint. The light blue on the window here is a Vallejo. In fact, everything else is a Vallejo from memory. I don't know how clear it is in the video, but the seats are painted like a nice browny reddy colour. Steering wheel is painted, though I will admit it's fairly rough because it's hard to get. I kind of forgot to put that paint on before I put it back together. I re-blackened the guns and then dry brushed them. What I wanted to achieve with this paint job was to make it look like this has been done in somebody's backyard. I wanted this to look like somebody had gone to an old car with a can of spray paint and tried to hide the fact that this is an old car with a spray can. That's what I was trying to achieve. And I think to some extent I've achieved that. When it comes to your own cars, you can spend as much or as little time on these as possible. So, if you want a professional paint job that looks like this came from the factory that way, go for it. If you want to just spray paint them black and just dry brush them things silver to make it look, that's fine too. In fact, if you look at my Getting Tables guide, I've literally done that with 2 of my cars. On the other side, there is nothing in the rules that says that you have to modify your cars at all. If you want to play this game with cars straight from the box, you can 100% do that. The reason that we do this with the cars is because it's fun. The whole point of this game was to be easy to play and easy to get into. So if you've never played a tabletop game before, I hope this video to some extent shows you how easy it can be to modify them. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be an expert with green stuff. I haven't touched this with green stuff at all. So long as you're clear with your opponent what everything is, you shouldn't have any problems. But, like I said, I hope to some extent this video has helped show you that it doesn't have to be difficult. So go out there and find some motivation and let us know what you end up doing. I'd love to see what you're doing with your own cars. If you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe. Share our content if you know other people that would enjoy it. If you would like to connect with us in other ways, all of our contacts are down the bottom, including a link to our Patreon page if you're in a position to support us. And until next time, play more cards.